Hello everyone! In this video, we'll go over the vocabulary workshop Level Green Unit 4 words. You can follow along at home using your book. Let's get started. Our first word is capture. Capture has two different ways that we use it. The first way is as a noun, and it means the act of catching or gaining control by force or skill. So when you capture something, you are basically just catching it, or you are taking control. You are now the person that is in charge. Let's look at the example first. After the capture of the ship, the pirates divided its gold and silver. So in this sentence, there were some pirates that saw a ship and they captured the ship. So they took control of that ship, probably by force. It means the people that were on the ship before did not want the pirates to go on there, but the pirates were too strong. So the people couldn't stop them from taking control or capturing the ship. So the pirates captured the ship and then they divided its gold and silver. There was gold and silver on the ship, so they each took a little bit of the gold and a little bit of the silver. And remember, we're using capture as a noun here, so most of the time you will hear it used as the capture of something. For example here, the capture of the city was quick. Maybe there were some people in the army or military that went to a city to take control of that city, so they captured the city. Or in this game, the capture of the flag means the game is over. So again, when we use it as a noun, most of the time you will hear it used as the capture of something. We're talking about the idea of catching something, not the actual verb. But we can also use capture as a verb to mean to grab and hold on to, or to hold the attention of. In this second definition here, you can look at the example. I will not read a book that does not capture my interest. So here it's saying your attention. If the book cannot get your attention, then you will not read it. But if the book captures your attention, then you will read it. And some synonyms are catch, seize, clutch, or grasp. All of these words basically mean to grab something, to hold on to something. Antonyms are loose or release. Release means to let go. Let's look at some other examples here. In Pokemon, you can capture a Pokemon using this Pokeball. Or here you can see this frog captured the insect using its long tongue. Another common way that we use capture is to talk about photos. I can say, I captured a photo of the beautiful bridge. So remember, we can use capture as a verb. I captured something, I did it. Or as a noun, the capture of something. Our next word is coward. Coward is a noun, and a coward is one who has no courage or gets scared easily. So it's someone that's always very easy to scare, or they're not brave. Let's look at the example. The cat behaved like a coward when fighting the mouse. So here the cat was not brave. It was fighting with the mouse, but it became scared, it ran away, it was a coward. Some synonyms are weakling, which means not strong, or wimp, which also means not strong. And an antonym would be a hero. A person who is a coward is usually afraid to do something that they should do, or if someone is being mean to them, they're too afraid to say something back to that person. They are a coward. Someone who is a coward maybe might be easily afraid of shadows because they think the shadows look like a monster to them. Someone who is a coward doesn't always have to only be afraid of scary things or mean people. They can also just be afraid of trying new things. Maybe something that looks a little bit difficult or something that might be scary for some people to do. So you can say they are acting like a coward. Or you can say they are behaving like a coward. Both of those ways are common ways we use this word. Someone is behaving like a coward or someone is acting like a coward. Our next word is exclaim. Exclaim is a verb, it is an action, and it means to speak with strong feelings or emotions, to cry out. For example, when the phone rings, I always exclaim, "I'll get it!" So here in this picture, you can see the girl is running to the phone. Maybe there's other people in the house, but she is the one who wants to get the phone. So she exclaimed, or she spoke very strongly and loudly that I'll get it. I'll be the person to get it. A synonym would be yell or shout. And antonyms are whisper or murmur. This word exclaim is most often used in sentences where we're talking about what someone said. For example, I can say, they all exclaimed, "Wow," when they saw the amazing view. Or, the alien exclaimed, "Help!" when the house started moving on its own. Or I can say, my friend exclaims, "Hello," every morning when he sees me. So in all of these sentences, the people that are saying something, the people that are exclaiming something, are saying something very loudly or with strong feelings, strong emotions. Maybe they're happy or surprised or scared. In all of those cases, you can use exclaim to talk about what they said. So instead of using the word said, like, oh, she said I'll get it, you can do exclaim. She exclaimed, "I'll get it." Exclaim just shows that something is a little bit stronger. There's stronger feelings. Our next word is gloomy. Gloomy is an adjective and it means partly means like a little bit, or completely dark. It can also mean wearing a frown. So when someone is sad, this one is the frown. They are sad. Let's look at the example. The twins were both gloomy when they did not get their way. So if you look at this picture, there's two girls, they are twins, and they are gloomy because they did not get their way. Maybe they wanted to eat all of these cookies, but their mom told them they could not eat the cookies before dinner. So they became gloomy. They became a little bit sad. They have frowns now. Some synonyms of gloomy are unhappy or miserable. And antonyms are bright, happy, and cheerful. Gloomy can also describe the weather. So when it's a gloomy day, it's very dark outside. Maybe there's rain. There's not a lot of sunshine. So the weather can be gloomy, or your emotions, your feelings can be gloomy. You can feel gloomy because it's a rainy day and you can't do anything. So that makes you a little bit sad. People who are usually gloomy might be sighing, like, or they might have a frown on their face. Another example would be, he felt gloomy when his best friend moved away. Something sad happened, like your friend leaving, so you feel gloomy. Gloomy is a very good word to use instead of just saying sad. Our next word is insist. Insist is a verb, so you are doing this, and it means to state, and the word state just means say. To state something or make a demand firmly. So you are telling someone to do something. You are saying in a very strong way that something has to happen. It's like when you really want something, or you tell someone that they need to do something. Let's look at the example. I continued to insist, so I continued to say in a strong way that I did my homework even though I didn't have it with me. Did you ever have this situation happen? Maybe your teacher asks you, "Where's your homework?" and you accidentally left your homework at home. So you tell your teacher, "I did my homework, but I don't have it with me." And maybe the teacher doesn't believe you. Maybe she's saying, "Did you really do your homework?" So you insist. You say in a very strong way, "Yes, I did it. I did my homework." Some synonyms are declare, maintain, stress, or require. And there are no antonyms for this word. Another example could be on a cold day. Maybe your mom is insisting. She keeps saying you have to do this, you have to wear a jacket, but you insist, "No, I don't want to wear a jacket." So both of you are saying in a very strong way that you do or you don't want to do something. Here's another example from the movie Frozen. In this sentence here, the snowman is saying, "Because I love you, I insist you run away. I think you should run away." Or, a lot of times we use this word in a kind way to tell someone that they can do something or they can go first. For example, "After you, my good sir." "No, I insist." So they are both in an elevator and this person is saying, "Oh, you can go out first. I insist. I strongly think you should go out first." Or when someone comes to your house, you can offer them a snack. Maybe they might say, "Oh no, I'm okay." But you can say, "No, I insist. I think you should do this." Our next word is passage. Passage is a noun, and there are a few different ways that we can use this word. The first way is the act of moving from one place to another. So you start at one place and you go to the other place. That is a passage. For example, the passage from England to India took many days by boat. In this sentence, you can think about passage kind of like the word trip. The trip from one place to another place took a few days by boat. Another way we can use this word is as a trip by sea or by air. So anytime that you are traveling on a boat or an airplane, you can say it is a passage. The third way we use this is as a way in or out of some place. For example, when you're driving in a car and you go through a tunnel, you can say, "The passage through the tunnel took a long time because there was a car accident on the other side." Or, "The passage through the market was very crowded. There were too many people there." Or I can even say, "The hiker's passage through the forest took several hours." So her trip, her way in the forest and out of the forest took several hours. The fourth way we use this word is when we are talking about a part of a written work or a piece of music. Maybe you've seen this word here whenever you do some reading comprehension practice, and it says, read the passage below. So the passage is just talking about this writing right here. That's a written work. So this is a passage, or also a piece of music. It can be called a passage. Some synonyms are tunnel, entrance, exit, opening, or paragraph and section. There are no antonyms for this word. So remember, passage has a few different ways that we can use it. Most of the time, we use it to talk about moving from one place to another, an opening or an exit of a place, or some writing. Our next word is restless. Restless is an adjective and it means unable to rest. So you can't rest. Relax or be still. You can't keep still. You have to keep moving. It can also mean without rest or sleep. For example, the baby was restless all night. Maybe the baby could not sleep, so we can describe the baby as being restless. Some synonyms are nervous, uneasy, or impatient. And antonyms are relaxed, peaceful, and patient. You can see here in this video, the bear gets into bed, but he keeps moving around, he throws the pillow down, he turns to the side. He can't seem to become still. So I can say he was restless. We also use this word a lot to talk about your legs. Sometimes when you are nervous, your legs keep moving on their own, even though you want them to stop. Then we can describe that as restless legs. We can say his legs were restless as he prepared for his speech. Our next word is shallow. Shallow is an adjective and it means not deep, not showing much thought. There's two ways that we use it. So the first way, not deep, let's look at the example. The lake is shallow, so it is safe. So this lake here is not very deep. You can see the bottom of the lake easily. And if you want to go swimming here, you can probably stand up. And the water will not be very high. So it is safe for little children to swim. Usually, if you are not a good swimmer, you need to swim somewhere where it is shallow. If you go where the water is too deep, it can be dangerous. And did you know there are some sharks that also swim in the shallow parts of the ocean? So you should always be careful when swimming. Some synonyms are empty or simple, and antonyms is deep. Now there's another way we use this word, not showing much thought. Sometimes we use this word to talk about someone that maybe is not very smart or only cares about things instead of learning. For example, a person who is described as shallow might only care about money or getting shiny jewelry or pretty dresses. They might only care about buying expensive bags, and they might only care about if they look pretty or not. A shallow person is not learning new things or reading books. So some people think if you are shallow, you are not very smart. You only care about things instead of making yourself smarter. Our next word is shatter. Shatter is a verb and it means to break into many pieces, to cause much damage. When something shatters, it means it is broken. For example, Why did the mirror shatter? You can see in this picture here, there is a mirror that is broken. It became shattered. And the sentence is asking why. Why did it shatter? Maybe I can say, the mirror shattered when I dropped it. I dropped it on the ground, so it became damaged. It broke into many pieces. Some synonyms are smash or ruin, and there are no antonyms. For shatter, most of the time we use this word to talk about glass, different kinds of glass that can easily be broken into little pieces. Did you know that very, very loud sounds can cause a glass cup to shatter? Another example here would be, the vase shattered into many pieces when I dropped it. We don't always use shatter for glass. We can also use it for things like chalk that we use to write on a whiteboard. This is very soft, so if you drop the chalk to the ground, it might shatter. The same is true with some makeup items. Maybe your mom's makeup. If it's made of some powder, if you drop the case to the ground, it might shatter and it might break into many pieces. Our last word is talent. Talent is a noun and it is an ability to do something well. It means you can do something well. Or a skill or a gift that you have, something that you are very good at. For example, you have a natural talent for singing. In this sentence, natural means that you were born that way. You didn't learn it, you didn't have to try very hard. You were just born and you are good at singing. You have a nice voice. A synonym is knack. Knack means being good at something. There are no antonyms for this word. So, for talent, we can talk about many different things that people might be good at doing, such as singing, or maybe someone has a talent for painting or drawing. We often use this word, having a talent for blank. Someone has a talent for something. Maybe we can also use talent to talk about someone who's good at music. For example, I can say, she has a talent for playing the guitar. We can also talk about someone who's good at sports as having a talent. For example, he has a talent for soccer. So again, talent is when someone has a good skill or something they can do very well. That is a talent. Do you have any talents? And a talent doesn't always have to be something amazing. It can also be something silly. For example, there are some people that can touch their nose with their tongue. It's very hard to do, but some people can do it easily, so we can call that a talent. So you can also say, my talent is that I can blank. I can do something. What's your talent? And that's all for this video. We went over the Vocabulary Workshop Level Green Unit 4 words. Thanks for listening and I'll see you next time. Bye!